Let's hop on the train for a nice day trip again. And here we are again at the station of Velimsko. Not necessarily the perfect destination for a day trip, but still one of my favorites because it is quite close. I can reach it easily from my home, and there is actually plenty to explore. So let's first say hi to my favorite station dog. Hey sweetie, how are you?
Не, мисълта ми е за където
Ние сме от София.
Иначе да,
до Вереско.
тук сме наши.
София.
Добри батковци ни спряха, иначе...
I'm again in the village of Verimsko, and I just walked out of the station. Car with two guys stops and said, "Искаш ли да те закараме, батко?" Which means, "Do you want to ride, bro?" And I said, "Yeah, of course." I wish I had it on video. And said, "Just hop in." And I got a ride, and then there were I think a grandma and her grandchild who were a bit farther up the road, and then they stopped again for those people as well. And they had fishing rods with them, so we sort of lifted them so we could accommodate the grandma and grandson as well, because it's 34 degrees, and to walk in the sun, you know, it's a courtesy to offer a ride if it's really hot. And the people do that often, even without asking. This village path right here is a flashback through time. Literally in this view, nothing has changed. Nice wooden gate with lines on it. Lovely. In this area there are many trails, and right now the global planning is to walk somewhat in the direction of the village of Paunovo, and not for any particular reason, but just because I like this type of forest and this type of trails. Not too steep, lots of shade, and you can still do some physical activity, so it's perfect for a hot summer's day. Now there's many trails in this area, and it's not a particular tourist route. It's just how do we call this in Bulgaria? Kalyaski put. So it's a sort of horseman trail or horse cart trail, or they say in Bulgarian as well kaldırım, which means literally a mud road. It comes straight from Turkish language. From the Ottoman times, many words are still in use. Kaldırım, kal being mud, and dırım is just Turkish for path. I'm again on the lake, artificial lake called Bakırdere, which is a Turkish name, an old name. It is a yazovir, which means it's an artificial lake, yazovir, Bakırdere, and if it was a natural lake it would be called Ezero, but we in Bulgaria don't have a lot of natural lakes, at least in the higher mountains there are, but it's not a country with many natural lakes as, let's say, Finland or even the Netherlands. Many of them are artificial, and many are made during the communist times to supply energy by water power, let's say. So it's about 34 degrees, and you see that people gather here on the lake to mostly do fishing, because people love fishing in Bulgaria. at least many people do. They're pretty outdoorsy in general. Swimming not so much, I guess the water, because it is quite deep as it's an artificial lake, it's not that great to swim, I guess. It's a bit cold. But you see people on little boats, which I wouldn't do because lakes can be very, very dangerous, treacherous. I typically don't swim in them. This is what I think is an old Počivna baza from the communist times. So a vacation spot here on the artificial lake. If not that, it could be a place where workers were stationed. But I think it was a Počivna baza, so that would mean that people of a select group, people on, for example, retreat, could come here. It could mean a lot of things, as the state owned everything, and let's say you worked for a sort of factory, they would let you have a holiday with your family for a very small price, and you could go to one of the many state facilities. It's not like you had a lot of choice, but you had options, and for a very small fee of what would nowadays be a couple of euros, you could spend the holidays with your family on have some barbecues, you know. Sometimes there's a communal restaurant where you take your own food. Easy, but it worked back then. As always, some hikes are nicer than others, and sometimes you get a good surprise like this one. Look at this view, lovely. This hilly landscape is exactly what I like. The trail is not too overgrown. I hope I can pop out the hammock somewhere. And this is what I like, just this sort of Provence-like landscape with some exaggeration, but it is nice and, you know, cozy.